What's up today, guys? So today I wanted to make a video addressing the age-old question of I have cash to pay for my car. Should I pay cash for my car and own my car flat out and not have to worry about monthly payments? Or should I finance my car and keep the cash? Now, I wanted to make this video because me and a close friend of mine was having this conversation, having a debate on this a few days ago. He was on the side of you should pay cash for your car. I was on the side of you should finance your car. Now, the reason why I said finance your car is because there's certain different things that you could do with the finance. And at the time, but you need to kind of show the numbers in order to make it make sense. And at the time, being on the spot, I couldn't really crunch the numbers at the times. But now that I've sat down and I have time to actually play with the numbers, we can actually see exactly how it makes sense. So, as we all know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. So let's get into these numbers. All right. So for this example, we are going to use a $20,000 car. Okay. So this particular person, it has $20,000 cash, and they're faced with the dilemma of should I pay cash or should I finance? All right. Now let's start off with cash. You just paid $20,000 for your brand new car. Congratulations. All right. So you drive it off the lot and automatically about 10% of the value just came out of it. So now your $20,000 just became $18,000. Okay? After 1 year, you lose about another 10% of your value, and now it's just a little over $16,000. And by the end of 5 years, because 5 years is what we're going to use for the loan amount for the financing. So after 5 years of paying cash for your car, your $20,000 has just turned into $8,000 from depreciation. Okay? So there's cash. That's it. There's nothing else left to be said when it comes to cash. So there we go. Now let's look at what you would have if you decided to finance. All right. So for this, I'm using a Excel sheet, a loan amortization spreadsheet. Okay. So the loan amount is going to be $20,000. Okay. The interest rate. Now, here's where things can get a little misconstrued and everything like that. But we are going to assume that you are a financially responsible person and you have good credit. Okay. So you're going to get, you could get less than this, you know, if you have really good credit, but I'm not going to do too much. So we're going to say 4%. With really, really good credit, you could get 2%, just a little over 1% even. So, but for this example, we'll just use 4%. Okay. So loan period over the course of 5 years, as in the cash example, 5 years. And of course, you're going to have monthly payments, so 12 months. And we're going to start this 5 years back. Now, you'll see why I put the date 5 years back here in a little bit. Okay, so you have a payment of $368 a month. Now, it also needs to be said that this $368, this is coming out of your income, not the $20,000 cash that you have saved up. So you, as long as you're sure that you can afford the $368, being financially responsible as you are, then you can say that, okay, this can work. I can pay $368 over the course of 5 years. All right. So by the end of those 5 years, you will have paid in total just under $2,100 in interest. Okay. So now here's the thing. With the cash, you paid $20,000 cash and the car depreciated to an $8,000 car. So you still are taking a loss, taking the finance, you're taking the loss of the depreciation, and you're paying an extra $2,100 in interest. Now, to the blind eye, that's what it looks like. It looks like, wow, I just screwed myself twice by financing. But no. What you don't see here is what's called opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost, by definition, is the potential gain from one alternative that you miss out on by picking the other alternative. So for this example, by choosing to pay cash, you miss out on the opportunity of what you could have done with that cash if you had financed. Okay, so let's see what you could have done with that cash. All right, so we are going to, let me bring it up over here. We're going to look at this. Okay, so here we have 5 years, and the initial amount invested is going to be $20,000 at a rate of return of 8%, because for this example, we're saying that you're going to invest the whole $20,000 in an S&P 500 index fund. And as many of us know, the S&P 500 gives you an average rate of return of about 8 to 9% a year, and that's not adjusted for inflation. But in this particular calculator, we do have it adjusted for inflation and taxes and all that good stuff. So $20,000 invested in an S&P 500 index fund at an 8% return, and no periodical contributions. We put the whole $20,000 in all at once. Not something I suggest, but we're going to do it in this example. And you can see by the end of 5 years, after taxes, your $20,000 is now $26,000. Just a little over $26,000. So over 5 years, you just gained an extra $6,000 by investing that $20,000. Now, to put that into perspective, we need to look at the total paid in interest and say, okay, we paid about 21. I'm gonna round it up. We paid about $2,100, and well, we need to start with this. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay, here we have a little over $6,000 increase. So we're gonna say 660. Oh, oops. What am I doing? I wish. That would have been nice. Okay, so we got that, and then subtract how much you paid in interest from the loan, and you see you came out $4,000 on top. $4,000 positive by financing and then investing the $20,000 cash. Now, that's just using something as boring as an S&P 500 index fund. Okay, something so boring, so passive, whatever. Let's get a little bit more creative with this now, though. Let's say instead you invested, say, we're just going to say $10,000 in Amazon stock 5 years ago. Amazon stock 5 years ago was $280. So what we'll do is we'll take $10,000, divide that by the share price of 280. That gives you a total amount of about 35 shares. So now we take those 35 shares, we multiply it by today's stock price, which is $1,900, and that gives you a total of $66,000. $66,000. You just turned, in 5 years, you just turned $10,000 into $66,000, and you financed your car. Yeah. That $2,100 in interest that you had to pay doesn't seem like very much at all, huh? So yeah, this, my friends, is why if you ever are faced with a similar scenario of paying cash for your car, or keeping that cash and investing that cash and then financing your car, this is probably why it's a good idea to choose financing. Okay? Now, even for, I want to also say this, even for somebody who's say very financially stable, they have thousands if not millions of dollars in investments, their net worth is multi-million dollars, and say they're faced with this same dilemma of $20,000 for the car, or finance the car and invest the $20,000. For somebody who's that financially well off, it may not even really make sense to go through the whole number crunching and just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna drop the cash. Like, just give me the car. My net, you got such a high net worth. It's like a drop in the bucket. $20,000 is nothing. But for somebody who, say, maybe you won, $20,000 from a scratch off lottery ticket or something like that, and so now you're like, should I finance my car, or should I finance this new car, or should I pay cash? Here's why you should finance. Okay, so there you have it. Numbers don't lie. So if you like the video, hit that like button, and if you really like the video, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.